Miles is so beautiful.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Ball Knowledge Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Sman, and I'm joined by three people this time. Incredible. Azam and MK back, and Miles has joined us for football.
Hello.
Hello, Miles.
Miles is more reliable than MK, so.
I don't know about that.
Right here.
You weren't here last week.
Probably massive for that one.
Me? That's it.
Timing.
Um,
Your timing, that's not my timing.
So, today's episode will go through the last two fixtures for the Premier League. We'll do the weekend fixtures, we'll talk about the Champions League, but we'll go for the midweek fixtures and we'll talk about the big news. COVID is still running around, and then we'll go on to our predictions for whatever match goes on this weekend. There's like 5 or 6 of them. Is everyone ready?
Yeah.
MK.
All right. We'll start off with last week's fixtures. We had Friday night game. Brentford beat Watford 2-1. Anyone have any thoughts about that game? No.
No.
I mean,
then
that's shit.
It's a weird thing for the relegation battle because I don't know who's getting relegated apart from Norwich. Is Newcastle going down? I don't know.
apart from Norwich.
Hey,
Norwich
Norwich
have
have been picking up results, man.
Oh, they lost the other day. They're shit. They lost twice in a row.
We'll go to early Saturday. Man City beat Wolves 1-0. Weird penalty.
That was not a penalty. That
wasn't a penalty. No, that was that sending off. But I really think, actually, it was stupid sending off. But the first yellow wasn't a yellow, so for me, it wasn't sending off.
Yeah, that was just a yellow card, and then they got a red card, and then that bold bunda had the nerve to come out and say Wolves didn't play football. The referee didn't referee, so shut up, you
I hate
cold
that.
muppet.
Klopp's also another culprit of those things where just slander the other team's style of play. You're Liverpool and your Man City, you're the best teams in the world. You should expect teams to park the train, the bus, the plane, everything to stop Mohamed Salah or Bernardo Silva or whoever it is roaming around. So do you know what? And these guys need to allow it. They need to allow the slander because Wolves had 10 men plus penalty. That wasn't a penalty. Plus they had players are missing. So they should allow the talk.
Did we play Villa at the weekend?
Yes, that was the next one.
I
We
thought long
beat Villa 1-0, also needing a penalty. Mohamed Salah with the only goal.
That was a deserved win, I'll say. Balance of play.
Yeah, we played really well. Just didn't
I
take
also
our
think we
chances.
should have had a penalty in the first half. The guy went straight through Robertson, so Robertson's in the air as well, and he clattered into him. And no one even.
That was because he was in the air. That's what people thought. Oh man, it's not penalty. But that's
the
more
camera,
penalty.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, what is going on here? Is
The
that
referee's really weird.
legal?
I
I don't get it.
Oxford
but
Champions play false 9. Lovely.
Horrible experiment.
he's
not striking, he's not
I
midfielder.
don't. Klopp just came out and said this is the best Oxlade we've ever had.
What?
Is anyone else
lying?
saying it? I still think he's useless. I don't see what he does. Every time I see him, he's on the floor. I'm serious. He's so bad.
Minamino's bad. Why does Minamino not play?
I don't know.
He's racist. he hates East Asians.
Look at the Japanese players.
I love
Miles,
Minamino. He even
what
got
did you
goal
think
against
of the
Arsenal
Liverpool
and
game?
he's not got any game time. It's so annoying.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I watched Liverpool games. I don't have any thoughts about it.
Hey, we won. That's the
Yeah,
only thing that
that's
matters.
it. We won.
The performance was terrible.
Exactly.
Speaking of penalties, Chelsea also needed penalties to beat Leeds.
Now, before we touch on Chelsea, I've got something to say about that team. They are a one for Gazi team. Thomas Tuchel did miracle work to even get them to Champions League. I don't know how he won them the Champions League. To this day, that manager is top 3 in the world easily. He can even put him top 2 if he wants to, but that team is garbage. Only Thiago Silva and Mason Mount is the 2 players I rate. And
What about Rudiger? Oh no.
He freezes randomly.
I need to see him in the form, man. And he's jarring, that's why I hate him. If he's at United, I won't hate him, but his mannerisms and the way he acts, you're not that guy.
What about Mendy? You like Mendy?
Is he better here? I'm not quite sure. But
Oh my god.
yeah.
What do you mean is he better than De Gea?
I swear he was.
He
picking up
definitely
Messi
is better
earlier
than
in
De
the season.
Gea.
He's a better commander of the box than actually, yeah, he's better than here. But I'm just saying, many I don't like to talk about goalkeepers because goalkeepers just save and catch balls and maybe pass. That's the goalkeeper job. And pass early because of Edison and these guys come out of nowhere. But really, their main job is stopping shots, clearing crosses, and making sure you don't get beat in your near post. So
You just shit on goalkeepers there, didn't you?
no, I'm just like when you say 4 players, I only rate like 4 players like Thiago Silva, Reece James, Mason Mount. Who's the other player I read?
Kante.
Kante, yeah.
What about
And
Kovacic?
Kante's old now and he's washed. But that's the only 4 guys I rate. So Chelsea for me, they're even if you want to add a goalkeeper, let's add a goalkeeper. Let's add 5. That's still not good enough. 5 players out and it was possible 22.
So I remember during the summer when everyone was getting onto Mason Mount. I still am getting onto Mason Mount.
Oh no, the Euro final, he absolutely pissed me off. For me, he was the worst player on the pitch. And he let Marcus Wright do him.
I hate him so much.
What's that?
And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like him now because he plays a guy I really like. He plays the dislikable person really well. Like he winds up other people's fans, and it's great. Like, do you see him against West Ham after he scored? He went up to them and he started going like that.
Who's this?
Mount.
Mount is likable.
But I like that about him. I like that he's a dickhead to other fans. It's brilliant. I love players like that.
I mean, it didn't work out in the Chelsea match, but
all right, yeah, but you know,
a West Ham match.
Yeah, he gained my appreciation, and that matters more than a win. You know,
Jorginho scored 2 penalties, further proving why he's third best player in the world.
Shameful. He's shameful. I bet you, Mancini was sitting at home thinking, "You piece of crap! You scored these 2 penalties in one game. You could score 1 penalty in 2 tries to get us into the World Cup." I'm telling you, Jorginho's phone must have like 60 missed calls from Mancini and like 80 from the Mafia. Because if they don't go through, he's dead. I'm telling you.
Although they won the Euros, so I don't know how the Italians feel if they just won the Euros like this year and then potentially Ronaldo maybe could knock them out. Well, how would they feel about that? Because it's like a back-to-back World Cups, but then you got a trophy.
I'm telling you, Jorginho would be dead on arrival. He's dead.
Obviously, he's injured. He doesn't play.
Doesn't matter. He didn't even send them. He got 2 penalties in 2 different games, and he missed both of them.
We're forgetting if Sancho, Rashford, and Saka had scored the penalties, Jorginho missed his.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
He was saved off the back of those 3 missing.
Oh my days, man!
So essentially, what we're saying is racism won in the Euros.
Screw you, Donnarumma. Actually, it's not even his fault. The penalty's so bad. Like, literally, I don't think he needs to save it properly. But yeah, back to Chelsea needs. I mean, if you need to score 2 penalties to beat Leeds, you're not going to win no league. In fact, if Mane had going on a run right now, I can see Mane finishing 3rd.
What?
You heard me correctly. If Mane had to go on a run.
Hold on, you had Chelsea winning the league.
You had Chelsea winning the league. Don't try that. You had Chelsea winning the league.
I also had Chelsea winning the league. We agreed on
Thomas Tuchel tricked us all, mate. Actually, he didn't trick us all. Thomas Tuchel magic made us think that this team was good enough, more than good enough to win a league. Nowhere near. They've got too many players now. Just apart from Mason Mount, like the players I mentioned, Mount, Reece James, Kante, and Thiago Silva, and obviously Mendy's a goalkeeper. But yeah, Mendy, that team is not good enough to win. I think.
Miles, who did you have winning the league before the season?
I don't know. I didn't think about it. I wasn't on the podcast, so I don't know. Maybe Liverpool, just because I'm biased.
Oh,
I respect it.
We love to be biased. Because we had them all. I don't have any faith in them. Well, I don't like to have faith in my team.
This feels like Man City win this one. It's just so obvious that Man City win this one.
Expect disappointment, so you can't be disappointed. Hey?
Moving on from Chelsea, Arsenal beat Southampton 3-0.
Bounce back game, and obviously had another bounce back game, but we'll talk about that later. But they had a bounce back game. Yeah, I call it a 1-game-week super team, and so far they're living up to the expectations of being a 1-game-week super team. They're top 4. They're in 4th right now.
Hey, the reason they're 4th is because I have Ramsdale and Smith Rowe. Okay.
Or that Spurs United literally have Kobe.
Ramsdale.
Riddle.
Well done. You've been getting me a lot of fantasy points recently. You always pop up with bonus points. I like you. You're my favorite.
Then we'll give the floor to MK. Saturday night, Norwich lost to Man United away from home. What did you think?
Well, immediately after the game, I said I'm not vibing with Rashford, but that's because I think I'm being a bit too harsh on Rashford. No, actually, I'm not being harsh. I'm just running jokes. But being realistic, that was an awful watch. That was so bad. Like I can slander every single player in that team. They were awful. But the two I want to focus on is Mark Rashford and the most overrated player in the league right now. Bruno Fernandes is horrifically overrated, man. Let's be real, man. They're comparing to Cantona, and that's one in my head. I've never seen Cantona play, but I just know Eric Cantona is super duper clear of everything Bruno Fernandes. I don't think there's anything that Bruno Fernandes can do that Eric Cantona can't do. I'm talking about Eric Cantona right now. 55-year-old Cantona. Because I'm sorry, Rashford was awful. He was awful. Like I'm quite worried about. I think that back injury messed him up, and obviously. He had a horrible summer at Euros because he did nothing, and then when he finally came on, he actually let the country down. So, and also he had a horrible end to the United last season, where he was so bad in the Europa League final. And then now he started the season. Actually, he came back looking good, and then there's this little injury he had before the international break. He came back, looked like the worst version of Rashford. He can't do anything right now. So I think he needs this break. That hopefully there's a 2-week winter break, so that Rashford can actually use that break and actually think about what he's doing. But let me focus on Bruno Fernandes, who's got no excuses. For me, if Christian was in this podcast, I would be barring this guy right now. Not only has he let his country down, Portugal, he's letting England, he's letting Man United down too. He's literally a talisman, and he's cost us games galore. These horrific passes. Yes, we won the game, but that's because it was a lucky penalty and a stupid moment for Max Irons. But Norwich deserved the win. I'll say it right here. Norwich deserved 3 points.
They didn't.
That's what
Norwich didn't play well.
I was not having it. Steve Smith, twice in a row, his teams outplayed Man United. Obviously, one of them was an actual win, and this one was an unlucky loss. And both those games, guess who was the culprit of the bad performances? Bruno Fernandes. He missed a penalty to equalise 1-1, and he was so bad that game. And this game, oh my word! I mean, he left the game with 71% pass accuracy. Zero chances. He missed all these chances, and I think there was a cutback from Rashford. The one good thing Rashford did was cutback, and then he blazed over the bar. I mean, this is like, oh my word! And the fact that people compare him to De Bruyne, have some shame, have some serious shame. I'm not trying to hear that De Bruyne carries it ever again. He's on the same level, if not worse, than James Maddison.
Bloody hell.
I would. Definitely James Maddison for him all day.
Speaking of James Maddison,
Yeah.
Leicester had a big performance against Newcastle.
4-0. That's one of the performances they needed.
I'm putting Newcastle tax on that one. Not interested in that game. Leicester need to see them.
Hey. Maddison's in my fantasy team. 14 points or whatever he got me. Shitty guy.
You got Maddison in your fantasy? What?
I've got brains, man.
Do you have Bruno in your fantasy?
No, I don't. I haven't had Bruno this entire season.
So wait. So that means you have, technically speaking, you prefer Maddison with Bruno.
I mean, he's cheaper and he's
for Liverpool. Actually, wait. This question for Liverpool, and your margins for Liverpool, innit?
Yeah.
So for Liverpool, who would you take, James Maddison or Bruno Fernandes? For Liverpool, thinking about his hero, how he fits off. You would take Fernandes.
Yeah.
You make Trent the worst player. I hope you know that. Trent and Robertson. Because he would just cost the ball himself. I feel like Bruno Fernandes cost the ball for everyone in the pitch, hoping that Ronaldo or Cavani or Greenwood get onto it. And I'm surprised Ronaldo hasn't battered him yet. Quite surprised actually. Because I know for sure Greenwood and Cavani want to batter him. But Ronaldo is actually quite composed of him. He's like, keep going. But if I was Ronaldo, I'll be saying, where's Van der Beek and Lingard? Come on. You guys been shocking this season. But at least Bruno Fernandes is an actual footballer. And I'm so happy that Ralph Ragnick stopped 1 second late. That's one good thing. Yeah. But yeah, so it looks like you both take Maddison. What about Yazlam? You haven't answered. Who would you take, Maddison and Bruno?
Maddison. He's much cheaper.
What do you forget the price just as a player?
Yeah, Maddison. I think he's less of a bozo.
Yes, and he also helped Trent.
But let's be real, yeah. Especially for Liverpool, if we have Bruno, yeah, this guy's gonna be playing like crazy passes, and we've only got 3 people at the back anyway, so we're gonna be way more susceptible to counter attacks. Imagine
Exactly.
he's trying to play a cross-field pass and he passes it straight to them, and they're breaking. I'm alright. I'd rather have basic Maddison. And
Exactly.
you know what? Yeah, Maddison's alright. At least Maddison can get a corner past the first man.
Oh, that's another thing. I have a problem with Bruno and Tellez. Let me not even get into Bruno much. Tellez, since he's come back to the team, you can't cross a ball from past the first man. Bring back Luke Shaw, man. I miss my guy. Luke Shaw's so much better. Luke Shaw is like 2 levels above him. I'll be right on this. I had enough of the Tellez gas. Let me leave Bruno Fernandes for a second. Tellez is so overrated. That's another one that's overrated. He can't do anything but pass the ball from a standing position. Even then, he can't do that right. He's not good. Give me Simicast all day. Runs it all day over here. The worst backup left back in the league, man. Awful. But Diogo Dalot, I like him. So I don't have a genesis because everywhere.
Finally.
Diogo Dalot, I like him. He needs to improve.
All right.
He's 21. He's good.
Okay, we'll move on. Yeah, Leicester did beat Newcastle 4-0.
Oh, yeah,
Burnley held West Ham to a 0-0 draw.
Good result.
And I was about to buy tickets for that game as well. 30 quid towards West Ham draw.
Wait. We're not letting you go from. You see, Burnley,
Burnley tickets are 30 to 50 pounds.
See, you want to travel to Burnley?
Yeah, I'll take the racist abuse. It's £30 for a football game. Let's go.
But
bro, if you get the racial abuse, you might die. They're like the 2 most
Burnley are not violent fans.
in the league.
Well, the problem with Burnley is
I'm faster than them. They're all old white.
Exactly.
If not, they're like random white ladies.
Proud mentality. You're gonna have to run past more of these people.
I could pass off as white, I think. I could pass off as a Burnley fan.
I can't believe it.
What was your fake name then?
Oi, we should do that for the podcast. Final day of the season, we get a GoPro, go to Burnley.
Well,
we get the worst looks ever.
I'll get like, what are you doing in this our little town called Burnley?
Passed off as a Burnley fan. Look at him.
Who?
You.
I can pass off as a what fan?
Burnley fan.
First of all, Burnley's the worst area ever. Like, I don't think there's anything to do in Burnley. And actually, everyone that talks about Burnley says it's the worst.
Everything has to be extremes with you.
No. In UK, Burnley's the worst. It's comfortably No. So I mean, Burnley is literally the place of like literally nothing. Apparently, if you go there, the best thing you see is a Tesco's outside the stadium. Tesco's outside the stadium. Someone just told me that. So I was thinking, nah, I'm not going to Burnley. But if I had to go to a place that would probably be Liverpool, I want to see Liverpool away. That'd be class. Yeah, so Usman, that's a hard for me. If he's ever going West Ham versus Burnley, that might be even worse than an American that was about to go to watch Spurs versus Burnley.
MK, we're going to watch Burnley play live. Don't worry, I'll buy the tickets.
Actually,
yes.
Oh my word.
Oh no, we already missed them. Palace away at Burnley.
Yeah, Palace 3-3 draw. Remember?
Palace at home. We want Palace at home.
No, but we need to go to Burnley.
No, that's
like at home.
I bet you, on the map, Burnley doesn't come up as Burnley. There's just nothing there. Like, there's no name. It's bland. That's all. It's just like nothing the name, bland. It's, bro, no.
Should we see what's around the stadium on Google Maps?
There's literally nothing around the stadium. Burnley stuck.
Even people from Burnley don't say they're from Burnley.
I don't think anyone's surprised that literally right next to the stadium is a bar.
See?
No shocks there.
Miles is going to go now.
I'm not an alcoholic.
Sure you're not, Miles.
Miles,
we're on the same bloody alcoholic, go speak to Ryan.
Oh, yeah. Ryan's
let's send Ryan there. He's never been in podcast. Let's send him there. There's no rules.
Huh?
Plus, Ryan is a Chelsea fan, so that means he's about 60% racist. So.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's surprised that the pictures of Turf Moor have snow around it.
Obviously, what else would it have? It's got a bunch of white stuff on it. Are we surprised?
Very weak, man. Speaking of a team that reeks.
Wait, was Burnley West Ham the like Super Sunday fixture?
No. Crystal Palace versus Everton. What a game by
That's
Palace.
even worse.
No, that was good. It was
What a performance.
3-1.
That's even worse.
3-1.
No, but like, if you look at it, that should not be a Super Sunday.
None of these games should be Super Sunday, apart from if they feature the Big Six or.
Oh wait, actually, you know what? Yeah, let me. Oh God.
I wish you could have part out, you know.
Huh?
Yeah.
Let me get on to Conor Gallagher. Yeah, this guy is the biggest fraud in the Premier League. The biggest fraud. Yeah. I had this man for 5 weeks on fantasy. Yeah. If you look at his fantasy, there's a 5-week span where he does nothing. Every single one of those weeks, I had him. The 3 weeks before, he scored or assisted. Every week after, he scored or assisted, including 2 goals against flipping Man City, or a goal and an assist. Are you crazy? Does he have problems or something? He didn't perform.
That's your fault, mate, for not believing on Gallagher. Gallagher's a top player.
I had him for 5 weeks and he done nothing. What do you mean I didn't believe in him? I believed him more than anyone else did.
Well, you didn't believe in him enough to keep him in your team, did you?
Exactly.
Bro,
you hold that. So you hold that. Hold that.
I had to take him out. I put in Damari Gray, who is much better. Scoring winners against Arsenal.
He's comfortably the bargain of the summer for every club in Europe. 1 million. Why Leverkusen have the Boza, you know? What are they doing selling him for 1 million? 1 million for Damari Gray. That's the only good thing Everton's done for the past 5 years, people say.
They sold Lukaku for what, 75? To you?
And, he's worth that.
Is he?
Is he?
Yeah.
What's he done?
I don't mean to scare anyone,
he went
right?
Man.
But I was checking around Turf Moor. Literally down the road, Turkish best kebab and Aisha takeaway. Next to Turf Moor.
Turkish.
See, I told you this is the Maxwell Cornet effect. I told you guys. This guy.
Oh yeah, I thought that Cornet. Oh my days. But yeah,
there's even an Indian shop around the corner.
What's going on?
Yeah, we're going way off topic, all right? So we finished with the Premier League fixtures this week or last weekend were shit. Let's be honest.
Absolutely horrific.
Everyone was looking forward to Monday at 11, and the Champions League draw came out, and Man United got PSG, wasn't it? And Liverpool had Salzburg, and then we realised that the UEFA messed up, and this is what I mean when people say UEFA is corrupt. Yeah, I say no, they're not. These guys are so stupid. They couldn't even do the draw properly. How do you think these guys are smart enough to be corrupt? Like, there's all these, some balls are hotter than the other ones. No, bro. They can't even do things right. How are they supposed to do things illegally? They're idiots.
Exactly.
They're just complete bozos.
For everyone who doesn't know, when the Champions League draw took place, the UEFA, what should I say? What's the word? UEFA representatives who were doing the draw messed up in several ways. First, they put Man United into the Villarreal pot, and Manchester United were drawn against Villarreal, which can't happen because they played each other in the group stages. So that was problem number one. Second problem was when Atletico were drawn next, they didn't put Manchester United in that pot, but put Liverpool and Real Madrid in instead, which again can't happen because Liverpool played Atletico in the group stages and Real Madrid are from the same country, they can't draw each other. So after that, after the draw took place in the hours preceding, so during the Europa League draw and the Conference League draw, UEFA had their own meetings and then they decided, okay, fuck it, we're going to have to redo the draw because no one's happy. Ironically, Manchester United weren't the ones that argued the point, even though they drew PSG. It was Atletico Madrid. Because they couldn't draw Manchester United and they got Bayern Munich instead.
And they were so desperate to make for the redraw because they wanted us. Do you know what? I would love to smack up Munich team, man. That'd be better than winning. We're gonna have to, yeah. But we're not smacking them up. We're probably gonna scrape through. But yeah, I mean, if I had to get my first reactions on the first draw, I was looking forward to it. Not because of the Messi Ronaldo thing.
I think you would have beaten them. I
think we would have given a surprise little because I think they're very disorganized. Yeah, Ragnick, if he has time to train, because this COVID thing's not helping, but if he gets a proper good 6 weeks of getting his players into press and everything, we could be a huge problem for PSG.
And there's a January transfer window in the middle.
Which, by the way, if we have any chance of beating Atletico Madrid, we gotta get at least a midfielder in. Because my one is hopefully get another right back in. Because you don't know if Dalot gets injured. Because what happens if Dalot gets injured, and all of a sudden we have to go with Wan-Bissaka on February. That's when, for me, if I see Wan-Bissaka in the start 11, congratulations, Atletico Madrid, you're into quarterfinals. we are not. I promise right now, with Wan-Bissaka in our team, we're not winning nothing. But with Dalot, you have a better chance because he is he's more technically refined on the ball, and it just helps us better on the ball. Like when you're playing with Wan-Bissaka, you're 10 men down, you're a man down. So it just helps that January window. We should capitalize on that. So yeah, I think United have a good chance against Atletico. I think a really good chance. But I guess PSG, I would actually, for some reason, be more confident.
Okay, the final draw for the Champions League. So Bayern Munich gets Salzburg, Benfica Ajax, as we know, Atletico Madrid versus Manchester United, Inter Milan versus Liverpool, which is what a draw.
Yeah, that's what
Sporting Lisbon versus Manchester City, Chelsea got Lille again, Villarreal versus Juventus, and the big one, PSG versus Real Madrid.
It's funny because Florentino Perez at Benfica, so he's thinking, I don't want no any other team but Benfica, and then got drawn with the hardest possible opponent. Because remember, Real Madrid finished first, so they could go anybody else, and they end up with PSG, and that could be a difficult draw for both teams.
Yeah, especially
difficult for both teams.
Sergio Ramos and Messi going back to face Real Madrid. And Real Madrid, given what they were last season, look a hell of a lot better this season.
They look more sharp. I think they've got Vinicius, who's on a different level right now, and Benzema, who's kept the same level, and Asensio, who actually looks better than ever done before. So Real Madrid are not, and Modric just looks so good. Like, he's the best midfielder in the world right now.
Speaking of Modric, he's got COVID now.
Oh, great.
Which we'll get on to. We'll go through the weekday fixtures and we'll talk about COVID. Yeah. But interesting draw. Miles, how do you feel about it?
About all of it? Or
how do you feel about the Champions League draw?
I mean, Liverpool's draw could have been a bit easier, but, I think we can still beat Inter anyway, so it's not the end of the world. But yeah, PSG and Real Madrid should be a good game as well, so that's quite exciting to watch. I don't really have any opinions on many of the other fixtures, to be honest, because a lot of them, it just seems like one team is clearly going to go through, so,
Yeah. But, actually, the one that's maybe like an maybe, is the Villarreal Juventus.
Yeah, Juve don't look that good.
But you expect them to at least use Chiesa and that to go through, but
yeah,
that's the only game where I'll say maybe, but that's not even interesting. Who gives a damn about
Unai Emery in Europe tax?
Oh yeah, that's a factor. But Allegri does have a good Champions League record, though. But yeah, that's a meaty game. The only games I'm interested in,
what should be fun is the Europa League, and there's two specific fixtures I'm going to pick out. Actually, three fixtures I'm going to pick out. We saw Porto get Lazio, which should be a really good game. Dortmund Rangers. Rangers really got the short end of the draw there. Because now Haaland's back. Dortmund missed him for most part of the Champions League group stage. So they're going to be dangerous. And the big one, Barcelona dropping down into Europa League, you think, okay, they're probably not going to draw anyone ridiculous, right? Napoli.
The Maradona derby.
That is Napoli going to give Barcelona a run for their money.
Napoli beating them. I'm convinced. Barcelona out of the Europa League in a round of 32. That club's falling down. And before people say they should down tools in that tournament, the cheek of Barcelona fans, they're not finished top 4 in La Liga. I don't see them finish top 4. Sevilla better than them, Villarreal better than them, Real Betis better than them, and obviously the two Madrid clubs. So Barcelona are not finished top 4. So they should take this Europa League as seriously as any other competition. But I don't see them going past Napoli. But if they do go past Napoli, let's just say they do, they probably can easily win it. But they're not going past Napoli. And Barcelona will be in this turmoil, and they'll sell Frenkie de Jong to Man United, and then happy days. I'm loving the Barcelona demise. I don't know about you lot. I want that club to be distinguished. And Messi left in the right time.
Yeah.
What a Messi. Because if Messi stayed there for a bit, his legacy would have been tarnished by going to Europa League, because Barcelona were pathetic in Europa League. I don't even think if Messi scores a hat-trick, they'll still probably lose. That's how bad they are right now. So yeah, screw Barcelona. Hopefully they get knocked out. And Porto Dortmund and Rangers, that game would have mattered if Stevie G was still at Rangers. But now he's not there. Dortmund are going through with confidence.
It depends on what Rangers can do. If Rangers can start playing consistently.
Rangers are terrible.
All right. Forget about that. I've got a great quote, right? Trent was asked if he'd rather play for United or retire. He said he'd rather retire. You hear that, Michael Owen? You piece of crap. If you're a proper Liverpool legend, you will never go to that horrible team.
Is Michael? He's not Scouse, isn't it?
No, but he's from our academy though.
But he's not Scouse. Trent is Liverpool.
This guy goes around like he's a Liverpool representative. Yeah. If you're gonna hold yourself and say, "Oh yeah, I wanted to go back to Liverpool. I love Liverpool." All right, stick to your word then. Who told you to go to Man United, you prick? Who do you think you are? Waste, man.
Well, Michael is best for Man United.
Most fraudulent Ballon d'Or in the world.
What? Well, I don't mind agreeing with that, because that's a Liverpool Ballon d'Or or a Ballon d'Or won at Liverpool.
Nah, so we don't claim him. He's a waste, man.
So that means just Ronaldo is the only one in Premier League history. Oh, last class. We'd love to see it.
We'll move on to the weekday fixtures, because
there were only 6.
COVID was the talking point this week. How many games were played? There were 7 games were played this week out of 10.
What? That's more than I expected.
I mean, considering the weekend fixtures, to me, it doesn't look like there's going to be more. We'll go over the games that did get played. So, I saw Villa beating Norwich 2-0.
I've got another one here for you, MK. It's a very modern football fan take to think that Bruno Fernandes isn't a good footballer. Opinion for the sake of contrarianism. If you don't appreciate players like Bruno who are willing to take chances on the ball, what's the point of watching football?
What? Wait. Wait, the first part, I never said he's not a good footballer. He is I just say he's overrated. He is a good footballer. Of course he is. He's just a good to great footballer. He's not world class. I don't even think he's top class. But for me, he's good to great. But the second part, I'm not sure.
Drinking a pint.
These are the same guys.
So,
huh?
Yeah.
These are the same guys that I'll call them top reds. Top reds think that their opinions matter more than anyone else's.
Don't worry, MK. I'll give you something to get back at Aslam.
But Chelsea?
No, it was an exhibition tennis match today. That Andy Murray beat Nadal in straight sets.
No way.
That's fine.
Yes. But those two are crooked as hell, so you can't even put an injury excuse. Both of them are crooked as hell. Andy Murray's back as well. Your nemesis, your British nemesis, is back.
I don't mind.
Yeah, I'm not going to to you. But at least if Andy Murray can beat Rafael Nadal, he can beat at least 75% of his competition, which means Andy Murray, Wimbledon 2022. Here we go.
All right, we'll go to the weekday fixtures now. As said before, Norwich lost to Villa 2-0.
Watch it.
City. Bloody hell.
Screw-
7-0
actually,
against
we-
Leeds.
You know what the best part about this was? Bernardo Silva did nothing. Everyone had him in their fantasy team, and he got taken off after 46 minutes. What a man! We love to see it.
Pep's a little bastard. I think he knows everything about fantasy, and he just wants to screw everyone over. There's no need for that. Little bastard.
Look,
Actually, before we batter Chelsea, I guess one more draw against Everton. Go back to that guy's point about the last point. So I want to link it with Lukaku. The quote that you just mentioned with Bruno, the contrarian thing. Because our last point was weird.
If you don't appreciate players like Bruno who are willing to take chances on the ball, what's the point of watching football?
So let's say Romelu Lukaku was spamming shots. Like he was shooting every time. Like every single chance he got, he was shooting. Instead of passing it to maybe Werner or whatever, he just shoots. But let's say he scores let's say he's got 8 league goals. Should people appreciate Lukaku for being more selfish? Then let's say him being more like passing to Werner and Werner misses, but at least he created a big chance. For me, I will appreciate Lukaku finding a pass to Werner or to Havertz more than him shooting there. This is why I hate that opinion about Bruno Fernandes. He's just spamming crosses. He's just spamming crosses, and it's only chances created don't mean nothing. He's crossing the ball, and then hopefully Maguire leaks him off. I don't know, Lewis Dunk and scores a header. I mean, the way he creates chances is very unrealistic. So screw Bruno Fernandes, screw that opinion. We don't need Bruno Fernandes. We can move on from him. But yeah, back to Lukaku and Chelsea. Actually, Lukaku didn't play against Everton, but
we're not on to Chelsea yet. Chelsea on Thursday. We still have Wednesday games to go through. Wednesday was interesting.
Games.
Oh yeah, Palace drew 2-2 with Southampton. Jordan Ayew's on the score sheet. Wolves beat Brentford 1-0. What was the stat? No, how long had Brentford not won a game for? Brighton. How long have Brighton not won a game
14?
for?
14 games, I think it is.
What? 14 Premier League games?
Yeah, they okay, so lost to Wolves, drew to Southampton, drew to West Ham, drew to Leeds, lost to Villa, drew to Newcastle, Liverpool, didn't win in the EFL Cup either, lost to City, drew to Norwich, drew to Arsenal, drew to Palace. And then the last game they won in the Premier League was Leicester on the 19th of September.
That tells me that they got crap finishing. There's so many draws in that.
Really? Not the management?
Huh?
What about the manager?
Graham Potter, superb manager, super coach. Very underrated coach. I think
Hasn't won in 14.
Yeah, Brighton's coming.
Everything,
this
absolutely
week.
everything.
Hey, I know you like Potter, yeah, but on some level, it's also his fault.
His fault for
I'm
playing.
not saying you have to give
Europa. It's not his fault.
100% blame to him, but if you haven't won in 14, you can't just go, the players suck.
No, the players forward finished. They can't finish. If the teams weren't creating chance, Brighton got again. I think the top 6 in XG again. That's because of the Moipe, Trossard, and these guys are not finishing chances. Maybe it is his fault for not pressing for a striker because he needs one desperately. Because the alternatives ain't looking great either. But Brighton, for me, I think they'll fix it. Give Potter a good 2-3 weeks. He'll fix this up. No worries.
He's had a good 14 weeks.
Well, I believe him. I believe in Potter. I don't know about you.
I like him too. I just like to pod. Don't worry. Before you go, you don't like Potter.
No, I already know, but you just want to get at me because I'm a Potter fan. Potter should go Spurs. I think that's made for him.
You should go Arsenal.
Speaking of Arsenal, actually, is that the Wednesday game? Was that Wednesday game, Arsenal?
Yeah, the final Wednesday game.
It was superb. I have to. That's the game I watched. I didn't watch any of the Wednesday games apart from that one.
We said it as well, innit? We said West Ham will bottle it against the big teams.
Yeah,
they bottle it against the lower teams. You know? Yeah. They clearly saw Arsenal as mediocre opposition because they played terribly. And that's what. 5 goals in the last 2 without the best goal scorer. Not bad.
I want to. Obviously, Arsenal played incredible. Beat West Ham 2-0. But the talking point. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang.
Oh.
Stripped of the captaincy. Second disciplinary strike while playing for Arsenal under Arteta.
He's a dope.
Where
For me,
does
there's
it?
blame on both sides. I believe there's blame on both sides. I think there is some blame on Arteta. Because if it's true that it was him because of visiting his mother, then why would you air that out in public? How about I just say he's not there because he's COVID tested? Well, just blame it on COVID. But why did you? Well, when I mean by blaming COVID, don't blame it on. Don't say he's got the virus. Just say he's tested and come on time, whatever. Don't blame it on the disciplinary issue and just air it out in public. For me, that's the only part I blame Arteta on. But Bamian does deserve blame in that it's his second strike. So you've done it before, so why you do it again? So, yeah.
Was it because he was visiting his mum or because he flew to Barcelona to get a tattoo?
No. The tattoo was it was already decided from time ago.
So it was because he was visiting his mother then?
Yeah, because he thought that he would that a negative PCR test would mean that he's allowed to come back into the country straight. But there was some delay in that, and then he went late to training as a result. And then he got kicked out of training because he was late. So, right, I don't know. The only thing I have to say about it is I remember a couple of years ago when I was being told that certain people would rather have Aubameyang over Salah because Aubameyang is a goal getter. And to that, I say, AFTV, go fuck yourselves. You guys are shit. You don't know anything about football. And I love being right. And you guys are absolute muppets. So, yeah, no one even watches you anymore. Everyone watches us.
With the new waves.
We'll go on to the Thursday games. We'll go over Liverpool, Newcastle. We beat them 3-1. What did you think?
Trent masterclass.
Yeah, what a goal.
Yeah. He's so good. Salah's so good.
I like the celebration, though.
Jota is so good.
We talked about the Trent celebration.
Is wicked.
Yeah.
Konate is so good. The guy's a monster, man. He was going up against St. Maximan and keeping level pace with him and getting the tackle. Oh, my God.
Salah was 15 games in a row with goals and assists in the Premier League, on level with Jamie Vardy's record.
Now he just needs to bag against Spurs, and that's another record.
What was that?
Easy.
Now, MK, you wanted to dig into them. Chelsea drew 1-1 with Everton. Agent Rafa back at it again.
Well, if you look at Everton's starting lineup, I'm going to come out and say that's probably the worst starting lineup of the league this season. I don't think there's been a worse team. I saw Sims up top. Now, before anyone says who Sims is, I'm pretty sure that's a game. Sims. Ellis Sims. I thought Sims was some guy from, I don't know, from England. I looked at him carefully. He looks like from South America. What type of guy called what type of South American is called Sims? We need to check his nationality because I don't know where he's from.
He's English.
He's English?
Yeah.
Oh, is he from Southampton? Josh Sims.
No, his name's Ellis.
It's Ellis.
Oh, that's even worse.
Type of first names that. Oh, that's a howler, man. Yeah, that is a howler. We lost to Sims.
Wait, Ellis? That was a vice principal at Lanfranc. Do you remember, Mr. Ellis?
Oh. Well, I mean, they could have had him up top, and Chelsea were still 1-1. Chelsea were horrific, but you know what? It's not even that like they played that bad. It's just they can't finish. And even if it's have Lukaku on the pitch or not, because they were blaming on Lukaku being on the pitch that ruins Chelsea. But now he's off the pitch, they're still not winning games. So what's the problem? And it's not a Tuchel problem either. I think the players are not good enough. I think they've got a lot of meaty players, average players. And Saul was one of them. I think he's worse than average. He might be the worst player in Chelsea's recent history.
I mean,
that bad.
To be fair,
Yoko.
Chelsea were missing a lot of players. They had a COVID outbreak as well.
Hey.
And Everton.
Say that because firstly, yeah, Everton are missing a bunch of starters.
Everybody.
And secondly, they're the ones that have gone on about their squad depth. And when Liverpool were missing players, everyone went, "Oh, woe is you." Same energy here, my friends. We are going with the same energy. So what? Deal with it. You've got a bunch of great players that you guys have been putting into every conversation. You know, Mendy, best keeper. This player, Jorginho, Ballon d'Or winner. All right, cool. Have it. Take it. take the punishment as well with it.
But only players that self-credit Chelsea.
I love seeing things backfire. It's great.
Yeah. Tuchel for me has no. The only probably blame give him is him keep starting Saul. I don't know why he started him. I literally rather start any of the academy players that Chelsea have started. They definitely have Loftus-Cheek's better than him. Saul was terrible. Even though Loftus-Cheek did start, I think, but Saul was so bad. And Reece James, did Reece James play? I don't know.
Reece James missed a chance 1-on-1.
Yeah.
Not my right
back. Knew that Reece James is second best. Reece James is probably the second best striker in the league. But this season, you can argue he's first. But Trent, for me, he's number one right back in the league. I mean, I don't think there's any debate anymore. And I also like this. By the way, Trent's celebration, that was a good celebration. I think he did a Steph Curry free.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I'm a Steph Curry fan. So do you know what, Trent? You deserve the right back GOAT status. But Chelsea, they're not with no league. It's easily Liverpool versus Chelsea. It's so obvious. Liverpool versus Man City. It's very obvious. And hopefully Man City win it again.
We'll talk about this briefly. We saw Tottenham game against Burnley get called off because of snow, but then we also saw Tottenham's game against. It was Tottenham. Who did Tottenham? No, okay, it was Tottenham. Brighton got postponed because of COVID. Then Brentford Man United got postponed because of COVID. Burnley Watford got postponed because of COVID. Leicester Tottenham then got postponed because of COVID. They're going into this weekend: Man United Brighton, Southampton Brentford, Watford Palace, West Ham Norwich, Everton Leicester all postponed because of COVID.
We've got to announce a 2-week circuit break, man. Lock off this league. And in fact, I should lock off the NBA too before because I think there's every single sport is affected, especially the sports.
Not even just the Premier League. You know, Championship teams, Sheffield Wednesday, Sheffield United have COVID cases. QPR COVID cases.
League 2 as well. There's a game that's been postponed.
Yeah. If we're talking other sports, NBA, I think there's at least 30 players on the COVID reserves at the moment. NFL, the Rams themselves have 25 cases. Tomorrow's game, the Browns-Raiders game, been moved to Monday.
Oh, shit. What is it? Speaking of this COVID thing, is it the variant that's causing all this? Because it's just like a random spike.
We're assuming it's the variant.
It's just like a random spike out of nowhere. Like,
yeah, you know, people like Miles, going to the cinema twice in 2 days, spreading the virus.
I don't know what you mean, mate. I only went once.
I only went twice in 2 days. What maybe that was, but yeah, I just think that this COVID thing's gonna mess up everything. I'm actually worried because this could be another lockdown.
No, I like uni. You can't do this to me.
I'm actually starting to like. I feel this variant could be affecting everything. Like football should. What the Premier should do now should be announcing a 2-week circuit break at least, but they won't do that. They'll wait for boxing.
They won't. They'll think, okay, no, the Boxing Day fixtures are tradition. You can't cancel the Boxing Day fixtures. It'll be something stupid along those lines. Like after Christmas, they'll be like, oh no. After New Year's, they'll be like, oh no, COVID's really going through this league. They'll postpone as many games as possible, but not call off the league to the point where we'll have like 1 game a week, and then they will be like, okay, we'll wait for the new year, and then we'll call it off for a while.
It's silly though.
It is.
Silly. We're gonna waste. We're not gonna waste, but we're gonna see. Even if they do try to force it, a lot of players are gonna be out. You can see a bad team versus a semi-bad team because most of the best players or a lot of the players are not there. Just 2 weeks circuit break and find a way. Use that 2 weeks to plan how they're gonna bring out the players and reduce this cases, and also understand what this variant is about because this Omicron variant ain't like the other one. So, and this one's a bit like more transmissible. So, and it's affecting every sport, like we said. And Premier League and Championship and all the leagues are affected. So let's just cancel football for 2 weeks. And none of us will like it, obviously, because it's gonna be boring as hell in the next 2 weeks.
I think they're gonna have to cancel sport.
Yeah, because the NBA.
Like 2 weeks.
Speaking of the NBA, Jordan Poole for the Warriors and Anthony Edwards are also in the
COVID. Yeah.
And those two are key players for the franchises in it. So you're going to see even less quality games and other teams benefiting from other players just missing because of having an infection, even though they're vaccinated. Because Edward's fully vaccinated, so it's not like he's not vaccinated, but it can affect anybody. But it won't probably affect him like physically. But he just because he has variant can like spread it to other people.
Mhm.
They have to call this league off, completely call this league off, and Premier League and NFL and all these league sports because it's just it's messing everything up really. And it's gonna be long to see bad quality games. Like who wants to see that? Or no fans?
We're gonna have to go through and predict it. I think we'll also ask them when he comes back. 3 o'clock kickoff tomorrow. No early kickoff. Villa Burnley.
2-0 Burnley. 2-0 Villa.
I'm going 3-1 Villa. Miles.
2-0 Villa.
Nice. We'll also ask them when he comes back. 5:30 kickoff Leeds Arsenal.
What? Is that the OTAs on tomorrow?
Yeah, that's it.
This league's not serious. Just call it off, man. But yeah, Leeds Arsenal. 3-1 Arsenal.
1-0 Arsenal.
I could have 4-0 Arsenal.
Yeah, Leeds got so many cases that mess up soil, man. They got players. This is not fair. It's actually not fair.
Then Sunday, 3 games. 2. Okay, Aslam, you're back.
Yes.
Villa Burnley.
2-0 Villa.
Leeds Arsenal.
3-0 Arsenal, sadly.
That's the Saturday fixtures. Sunday.
What?
Yeah. Everything else
Oh
was
my
postponed.
God.
Newcastle versus Man City.
Oh, boy.
5-0.
I'll go 6.
I'm going 4-0. Man. I'm going 4-0 because it's away from.
I'll go 3-0 City.
Yeah, this is a 1-0. You know what? Yeah, I'm saying it. 2-0 City.
Wolves Chelsea.
Ooh.
They
I think-
have to win it. 2-1 to Chelsea.
I think Chelsea will scrape a 1-0. Although now I say they'll probably win. Fuck it, 3-0 Chelsea.
Well, I'm going for 1-1 draw.
Oh, interesting.
I'll say 2-0 Chelsea.
And then the final game of the weekend, Tottenham Liverpool.
Well, Tottenham playing now.
Cancelled. It's
Yeah.
getting cancelled.
No, the Tottenham would have played the Leicester game, but Leicester got the game cancelled because they've got COVID cases. I think Tottenham are back in training.
Oh, but this is really Tottenham's first game for a while.
This is going to be a tough game.
I'm going for Liverpool
2-1 Liverpool.
Okay,
Yeah, I'll say that as well.
Yeah.
I'm
2-1
going
Liverpool.
bold then. 2-0
Screw it, I'm going for 3-1 Liverpool.
Bloody hell. I think we might
Yeah,
struggle.
no.
1-1.
Hopefully Van
1,
Dijk
2,
and
3.
Fabinho can return negative tests.
Yeah.
He didn't tell me that.
Because it's suspected positive tests, isn't it?
Well, if Van Dijk's out, I'm changing
no.
my scoreline to 2-1. A scrapey Mohamed Salah last minute winner. Very scrappy game.
I hope he's wrong now.
But Van Dijk's back, it's 3-1 because obviously that little
Yeah.
of having him.
That's it for the weekend fixtures. Then during the week, there's Carabao Cup.
No one cares. I hope we get knocked out.
I think we're not going to
The winners of
play
the Carabao Cup will be Liverpool.
because Leicester have cases, isn't it?
They just call this league off, man. You're just going to make the January or February fixtures even more crammed than it already is.
Luckily, if you're not playing Carabao Cup, there's the gap between this weekend and next weekend because there's no games on Saturday because it's Christmas.
Do you know if Brentford are on Carabao
Oh,
Cup?
is it? Next weekend is Christmas.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Is
Let me
Brentford
check.
on Carabao Cup?
Brentford.
There's been no hype.
I think
I'm
so.
not gonna lie.
Oh, for God's sake.
Absolutely no hype.
Yes, Brentford have
What's
Chelsea.
going on?
God's sake. So that means, wait, what's not hype?
Okay, so
Yeah, no one cares about Christmas anymore.
there are 4. Obviously, it's quarterfinals, so there's 4 games in the Carabao Cup. Arsenal Sunderland is the lone game on the Tuesday. Brentford, Chelsea, Liverpool,
Sunderland are
Leicester,
winning that.
Tottenham, West Ham on the Wednesday.
Oh boy, Sunderland winning, you know. That's a howler.
I think if Leicester get the game called off, it's going to be hard rearranging it in January.
Very hard. Because the FA Cup
So
games,
Leicester might get kicked out and we might get a bye.
Oh yeah.
I think it happened, didn't it? In FA Cup or something last season.
Yeah, so somebody got happened. Who was it? Somebody got kicked out. I forgot who.
I want to say Oldham.
Whoever played Tottenham, yeah. Because Tottenham went from like round of 16 all the way to quarterfinals.
Yeah, it was Oldham. I mean, it was a Tottenham opponent. I forgot who it was. But Mourinho was gassing it up as well.
It might have been Oldham, I think.
Yeah, so Leicester all my days, Liverpool might be in the Carabao Cup semi-final. You might win it. Your first domestic trophy. You might have to go for it.
We won the Premier League.
The Premier League is a domestic trophy.
I call that a title, man. You know what? They need to separate a trophy and a title. Title's just huge. Trophy sounds like a thing.
Didn't we win? No, we didn't even win a community shield. Yeah.
No.
So, domestic cups. Let me see that. Domestic cups.
Who knows?
We'll probably get. Wait, who's left? Arsenal,
Sunderland.
City.
No, City lost to West Ham. Chelsea.
Wait, who is it?
Arsenal,
Chelsea.
Sunderland, Brentford, Chelsea, Liverpool, Leicester.
Yeah, okay, so we got
West
Arsenal
Ham, Tottenham.
Chelsea to worry about. Yeah, we're not winning it. I don't believe.
West Ham is still there.
You got Trent, man.
I want us to win it, but I doubt it. Even if we do get to the final, he's not even going to play our big boys. He'll play Origi and like not Jota, Firmino and like Minamino.
Nah, he ain't gonna do that. We'll play Origi, Salah, and Mane.
I hope not.
If you're in the final, you don't play your weak play. That's just silly. You play a strong team. If you might as well win something. Why would you waste 90 minutes? Just get
Klopp doesn't care.
Domestic cup.
I bet you he won't even care if we get to every single final. Unless it's Champions League and Premier League, that's the only thing he cares about.
Well, that's a good thing. But I'm just saying, like, if you're in a Carabao Cup final, you might as well go for it.
The Carabao Cup semi-finals are the week commencing the 3rd of January. The second legs of the semi-finals are the 10th of January, and then the finals the 27th of February.
That's why I hate this stupid competition.
Go back to your original point about Leicester getting called off. If Leicester call it off, they have to get out.
Yeah, they won't be able to play it.
They have to get knocked out because January 3rd is the semi-final. And even if they do push it forward, there's a Champions League game. So where are you pushing it? Yeah, Leicester have to go. If Leicester call this game off,
yes, let's go.
Actually, let's just play the under 23s and play any first team players that are available. Why not? Let's just do that. It's better than just giving up.
It depends on how bad the COVID is there, though.
Oh yeah, if it's everybody out, then that's still. But if it's like you might have Madison that's available, just go for a little bit of Madison with the under 23s. Just give it a go. Because Liverpool, knowing Jurgen Klopp, he might do the same thing. He might just play the under 23s too. Minamino.
He actually will.
Yeah.
Exactly. So if I was Brendan Rodgers, I wouldn't just completely rule it off. I'll just play the under 23s or a couple first team man if they're available. Because there's no point calling a game fixture off. That's pointless.
All right. Anyone have any closing remarks?
Call this league off.
It's terrible.
Do you guys know Purple Aki?
Huh?
Have you ever heard of the story of Purple Aki in Liverpool?
Oh yeah, the guy goes around touching up people's muscles.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have a slang name for Lukaku. Purple Lukaku. He's finished.
Okay, before we go, as Miles, any viewing suggestions for the weekend?
Not really. No,
But Spider-Man.
Rewatch Spider-Man.
If you haven't watched Spider-Man, watch Spider-Man.
And if you haven't watched it, rewatch it again.
But if you want the TV show, The Witcher season 2 came out.
Is that good?
I watched the first episode. First episode was good, man.
So is that a recommendation?
Yeah.
Cool. Watch The Witcher.
Forget about Spider-Man. Yeah, we don't need to watch that. We clearly don't have a review of that. No.
Thank you everyone for watching. We'll be back again soon. Peace out.
Oh my god, Netflix have